How to make money fast for me now. Growth stocks. That sounds interesting. What is the best stock? What is the highest risky reward stock? What is an EV? Electric vehicle. How to buy very high risk stocks. What to do when high risk stock goes wrong. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we're speaking about Lordstown Motors.
I can't believe you're still speaking about this company. This is literally the worst company. You are a horrible human being. I hope that you unalive very soon.
Some of you guys need your internet privileges to be taken away. You also need to grow up, baby. Anyway, my friends, today we are going to be speaking about this. Let me move my camera. Lordstown shares reverse losses after company says it is in talks for additional funds. Coming out the day after this, Lordstown Motors warns its electric vehicle business may fail. What? A pre-revenue electric startup looking to penetrate a market that doesn't exist yet may fail? I thought this was a sure bet. I mean, I thought this was the next Johnson & Johnson. What is this outrage? Some people are crazy, man. But to the rational human beings out here, I hope you're having a good day. And today we are going to speak about what's going on with Lordstown Motors. Again, why I haven't sold anything, why I have been buying it on the way down, and the future of this company. Obviously, it goes without saying that this is not a positive piece of news. But that is something that should be expected with these pre-revenue companies, these high-risk, high-reward potential companies. So right before we do get into it, before we speak about what is actually going on, my plans going forward, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? If you're here because you have the emotional age of a 12-year-old who's not being given lollipops, now is the time to hit the dislike button and click off the video, because I don't want you to get the actual value. You don't deserve the value. And if you are indeed new around here, consider hitting that juicy red subscribe button, my friends. So look, let's get straight into it. Lordstown Motors warns its electric vehicle business may fail. If I show you the 5-day chart, you can probably guess when this piece of news came out. It was right here. And look at that drop, my friends. 41%. That's not nice at all. There was a sharp recovery of nearly 40%, but obviously it's still down from there, 27%. Now this comes right as Lordstown finally started to make a really nice recovery, up nearly 100% from its bottoms. You'll see they're now only up about 60% from the bottoms and still down 60% from the tops. But it's down to this one piece of news here. The stock falls after filing flags substantial doubt over future operations. Now, when I saw this piece of news come out, I knew that there was going to be a lot of panic. I saw a lot of people selling. And look, I don't blame you. A lot has happened with Lordstown Motors as of right now. If your conviction isn't there, if you realize that, you know what, I was pretty much riding the hype, why not sell? I mean, that's absolutely fine. Me, I have no intentions of selling. And my first thought when I saw this piece of news is I was like, this happens all of the time. Sometimes it doesn't get to this stage where it actually has to be filed, but with pre-revenue companies, this always happens. It's something we cover when we look at pretty much any stock on this company at an early stage of its life cycle, regardless of whether it's pre-revenue or not. You look at the balance sheet. I mean, you see how many more quarters of operation they have, and you can make a very clear assumption of whether or not they're going to have to raise capital. In my opinion, Lordstown Motors just left it a little bit too late. The day after this comes out, shares reverse losses after company says it is in talks for additional funds. Of course they are. You don't take things this far without doing something like this. I was looking through my comment section yesterday, and it was actually hilarious how short-minded some humans are. I understand people being upset. I understand that there's money on the line. I understand that I am down considerably in this company after this downward move. But when a piece of good news comes out, people are euphoric. When a piece of bad news comes out, they want to come for your neck. The stock market just isn't for those people. If you can't take literally 15 seconds to take a step back and say, this isn't a good thing, but it's fixable. But we now know that the company is in talks with multiple parties in order to raise funds, very obviously. And I think what people don't keep in mind a lot of the time when it comes to stocks is that these are publicly traded companies. There are rules, there are regulations, there are laws that have to be followed. They have to file these things, and they have to use certain phrases and words. Again, I'm not trying to, make something bad look good. It's a very bad thing. But what I found from looking at the companies is nothing's really ever as black and white as it seems. We are debt-free, have significant tangible assets, think of the factory, my friends, and multiple viable avenues to raise capital, including asset-backed financing, okay? The factory, the massive factory, equity-related or debt financing loans, as well as potential strategic investments over the longer term, the company said. And again, Anybody who's looked into the company for more than 6.5 seconds would be aware of these things. Pretty much every company goes out and raises capital at one stage or another. Some of them, like Lordstown Motors, because they absolutely have to, okay? They're pre-revenue. They need to do it in order to survive. They need to do it in order to turn into a positive business in the months and years to come. Some of them do it just because they want more capital. And very importantly, we are already in active conversations with multiple parties to do so. I mean, very, very, very high likelihood that multiple parties would help them. And given where the price of Lordstown Motors is today, I mean, remember these went public via a SPAC at $10 a share. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of, you know, share issuance on the way. And if it happens, it happens. I'd rather a little bit of dilution than, you know, the company go bankrupt and my shares turn to $0. But I can definitely understand why this would be annoying people or why it would be upsetting to investors. It's not a good thing whatsoever. And keep in mind, guys, GM is invested in Lordstown right now. Who knows? Something could happen there. And the other thing I think everybody really needs to focus on right now is Lordstown Motors to host investors, analysts, customers, and partners at Lordstown Week next month. Next month now being this month, June 21st to 25th, okay? Look, I don't know how this is going to go. I wish I did. I expect things to go well, but there's going to be a lot of difficult questions answered. I expect this to be a hugely volatile period of time, but ultimately, we're going to get answers that we deserve and we as investors need. There's going to be a lot of people there, investors, analysts in particular, customers and partners, okay? There's going to be difficult questions asked. We're going to find out exactly what is happening behind the scenes, for better or worse as investors. We're going to have a better idea of what we are investing in, no matter what comes out of this Lordstown Week. So again, I can't blame anybody for selling or trimming their positions right now. It's a scary time. And to the people who were willing to hold when it did go all the way into the 6s or 7s, I mean, you're down a lot less money now than you were only earlier on in the month. But to me, things are still the same. It's a high risk pre-revenue company. If they execute, which it's looking like it's going to be difficult to do, and I expect projections to be pushed back. We've already seen that happen once with the expected production of the vehicles. It may take a little bit longer for things to play out the way we so wish. But ultimately, if they do execute, even if it takes an extra 6 months or an extra year, they're going to be an extraordinarily successful company. And just as quickly as that huge downward move happened, I believe there will be as equally a big move to the upside when funds are required. Acquired. Oh, look, it's not looking good again today, my friends. It's probably not going to look good for the rest of the week. That's a part of the game. But anyway, my friends, that's my thoughts on what's happening with Lordstown Motors. I'm trying not to be biased. I'm trying to say it from both sides. I understand I do carry a natural bias, and I do understand that a bear could make a very strong point right now, a very strong case in general. But anyway, my friends, if you watch this video all the way till the end, you are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. If you enjoyed, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me that comment down below, and consider subscribing if you're new around here. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.